Have you ever paused to ponder what all men are created equal truly means? This phrase, etched in history and hearts alike, has been the clarion call of America since its infancy. Yet, in the whirlwind of our modern world, the true meaning of this statement often gets lost in translation. So, what does all men are created equal really mean? Is it a declaration of sameness or an assertion of equal worth and rights? And how does this understanding shape our interactions, our society, and our laws today? This isn't just a philosophical debate, it's a question that echoes in the halls of power, in the streets of our cities, and in the quiet corners of our homes. It's a question that demands our attention, our understanding, and our commitment. So, let's delve into the historical and biblical origins of equality. Let's explore together what our founding fathers truly intended when they penned these immortal words. The founding fathers had a unique vision of equality. They didn't see it as a mere mathematical equation where everyone ends up with the same results. No, their idea of equality was far more profound and deeply rooted in the moral and philosophical traditions they inherited. In the founders' vision, equality wasn't about sameness, but about recognizing and valuing human diversity, while insisting that all people deserve equal treatment under just laws. Every individual, by virtue of being a human being, had equal moral worth and was entitled to the same basic rights. This concept of equality was influenced by several key historical developments. The Enlightenment era, in which reason and individualism were championed, played a significant role. Thinkers like John Locke and Montesquieu articulated the principles of individual rights and limited government that deeply influenced the founders. Moreover, the founders were children of the Reformation, a religious revolt that emphasized the dignity and freedom of individual conscience. This too shaped their understanding of equality. They saw people not merely as members of a group, but as unique individuals who possessed dignity, conscience, and reason. The founders' vision was also shaped by their experience of tyranny. They saw firsthand how the British monarchy violated their rights, treating them not as equals, but as subjects. This experience instilled in them a profound commitment to the principle that all people should be treated equally under the law. This commitment was enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, which famously asserted that all men are created equal, and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. For the founders, these rights were not granted by the government, but were inherent to human beings. The government's role was not to bestow these rights but to secure them. In short, the founders' vision of equality was not about ensuring equal outcomes, but about safeguarding equal rights and opportunities. It was about creating a society where everyone, regardless of their status or background, had the freedom to pursue their dreams and fulfill their potential. They believed all men had equal value before God. This belief was at the heart of their vision of equality, a vision that remains a beacon of hope and freedom to this day. The biblical roots of equality are deep and profound. In the book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible, we find the core of this concept. It states that God created man in his own image. This divine imprint gives every individual an inherent dignity, a conscience, and reason. In the Christian worldview, all humans, regardless of their race, gender, or social status, are made in the image of God. This is the foundation of equality. It's not about sameness or uniformity, it's about valuing and respecting each person's unique worth as an image bearer of the Creator. The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Galatians, beautifully encapsulates this idea when he writes, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus." This statement was revolutionary in Paul's time, and it remains so today. At its heart, it's a declaration of equality that transcends societal and cultural boundaries. It's a recognition that in the eyes of God, we are all equal. This spiritual equality translates into how we should interact with each other here on earth. The biblical concept of equality also strongly emphasizes justice. The Bible is filled with exhortations to defend the rights of the poor, the oppressed, the widows, and the orphans. This is not a call for preferential treatment, but for equal treatment, for justice. In the Old Testament, the prophet Micah encapsulates this mandate when he declares, "He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." These biblical principles influenced the founding fathers in their formulation of the American idea of equality. They believed that all people, as creations made in God's image, had inherent dignity and deserved equal treatment under just laws. This was a profoundly moral vision of equality. The Constitution is a testament to the founders' belief in equality. This statement is not just a platitude, it is a profound truth. The founders, deeply influenced by their Christian faith and Enlightenment ideals, envisioned a society where all individuals are valued equally and enjoy just treatment under law. This vision is enshrined in our Constitution, a vital document that serves as a compass guiding us towards a more perfect union. The Constitution was meticulously crafted to uphold this concept of equality for all. The founders didn't just talk the talk, they walked the walk. The Constitution is a living proof of their commitment to equality. It's a document that secures equal rights for every individual, regardless of their race, religion, or socioeconomic status. It's a testament to their belief in the inherent dignity of every human being. But as we delve into the Constitution, it's crucial to clear up some misconceptions. The Constitution isn't a repository of every right you can think of. Some concepts like separation of church and state and reproductive rights are interpretations, not explicitly stated in the text. The founders intended the Constitution to be a framework for governance, not a comprehensive list of individual rights. The Constitution, in its wisdom, leaves room for moral debates and societal evolution. The founders understood that they couldn't predict every challenge future generations would face. They designed a system that allows us to resolve these disputes through constitutional means. This system is ingenious, it's flexible yet grounded in unchanging principles. It's a system that respects the collective wisdom of the people while guarding against the tyranny of the majority. Through this system, we've seen the expansion of civil rights, the end of segregation, the enfranchisement of women, and countless other strides towards a more equal society. We've also seen heated debates and profound disagreements. But this is the beauty of our Constitution. It's a document that encourages dialogue, fosters mutual respect, and ultimately, promotes unity in diversity. Their ingenious system empowered citizens to resolve disputes through constitutional means. This is the legacy of our founders. This is the promise of our Constitution. This is the essence of the American experiment. And this, my friends, is the true meaning of equality. Equality continues to be a subject of intense debate today. In the modern world, one of the most heated discussions revolves around the transgender rights movement. This is a complex issue with passionate voices on all sides. Some argue that the push for transgender rights threatens to trample biological realities, religious liberty, and women's rights. They express concerns that the movement challenges the very definition of what it means to be a man or a woman, and that it poses potential harm to the societal structures we've built around these concepts. On the other side of the debate, advocates for transgender rights assert that these concerns are unfounded. They argue that the movement is not about erasing biological realities, but about acknowledging and respecting the lived experiences of transgender individuals. They insist that the fight for transgender rights is an essential part of the broader struggle for equality, a struggle that seeks to ensure that all people, regardless of their gender identity, are treated with dignity and respect. Religious liberty and women's rights also come into play in this debate. Some feel their religious beliefs are being infringed upon, while others worry about the potential impact on women's rights. Yet advocates for transgender rights stress that their goal is not to diminish anyone else's rights or freedoms, but rather to secure their own. As we navigate these complex issues, it's important that we do so with respect for all perspectives. We must remember that everyone involved in this debate is a fellow human being, deserving of dignity and respect. Yet, as Christians, we're called to do more than just respect others. We're called to speak the truth with conviction. This doesn't mean we have to agree with everyone, but it does mean we should strive to understand where they're coming from and why they believe what they do. Our role as Christians is to speak truth with conviction, yet treat all people with dignity, recognizing shared struggles with sin. So, what can we infer about the meaning of equality? It's a question with profound implications. From our journey through history, the Bible, and the Constitution, we've gleaned that equality is more than just sameness. It's about recognizing and valuing human diversity, while insisting on equal treatment under just laws. From the Founding Fathers' perspective, all individuals, being made in God's image, possess inherent dignity, conscience, and reason. They believed in equal value before God and the government's role to secure the equal, inalienable rights endowed by the Creator. This is a moral vision of equality, one that rejects reducing people to their group identities and sowing division. The essence of equality lies in equal dignity, equal justice, and equal opportunity. It encourages us to pursue our dreams while respecting others' rights. It's a concept deeply rooted in our biblical and constitutional principles. That is the biblical equality the founders envisioned, and it's up to us to uphold it.